Welcome back to another episode of Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles. On this week's episode, we're going to talk all about my hognose snake collection, the Western Hognose Snake. So before we get into the collection of the hognose snakes themselves, ones that I own, I want to mention that last week we did a room tour, the entire reptile room. We went through each one of the animals except for one that you'll see in the beginning of this video. Last week I passively mentioned that one of the hognose snakes I have in my collection doesn't have a name yet. I believe he's a male, and I had a bunch of different suggestions for the snake from the Instagram page and from the YouTube comments. So what I think I'll do at the very end of the video is I'll do a draw for the name of the hognose snake, but let's get right into it. Now first of all, I got hognose snakes, well, I guess it's been about 4 years that I've had hognose snakes now. The first one I ever got, I've parted with since. I actually sold her a couple weeks ago. She was just a normal hognose snake. I wanted to break the ice and get myself into hognose snakes. I've always found them super interesting. And then the second hognose snake that I got is this one right here. Now, this hognose snake is a female albino Western hognose snake. She's a pretty big girl too. She's ready to breed this year, and I think I talked about it in a few episodes before this, that I was trying to breed her with the het male, which I'm going to show you next. And they just weren't locking, or I didn't see them lock anyway. But what I realized was the temperature in the room that I was keeping them in, because I didn't keep them in the reptile room, I kept them in my office in an Exoterra tank, was a little bit too low. Lower than this room, so when I took them out, maybe they were kind of going into a cooling phase without me even really trying to do that. So what I'm going to do is start putting them together again. After this video, I'm going to feed all of the snakes, including this girl right here, which when I opened the cage, she tried to just bite my hand, like immediately, so that's why I don't have her in my hands right now. Now this girl I got, well, I guess 3.5 years ago. She was my second hognose snake, and when I got her, she was just an itty-bitty baby. She was super small. I think she weighed 12 grams or 13 grams. Now she's over 300 grams, which means that she's ready to go. She's ready to breed, and she's going to be paired with my male hognose snake, who is a het for albino, or 66% chance that he's het for albino. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Now this snake is Arbok, and you'll notice that he is striking at the camera. He is not happy. He does not like to be held whatsoever. When I bought him, I knew that he was quite cantankerous. But when I bought him, he was kept in kind of a cooler enclosure, I guess. It was one of those display pieces at a reptile expo. And I got him the same day as I got Ekans, which was the last snake, the albino that I showed you. He didn't strike at all, so I thought he was cool. I was holding him, and then as soon as I got him home and he warmed up to a regular temperature for a reptile room, he is very feisty. He's crazy. He does that hissing and striking. Sometimes when you walk in the room, you don't even have to walk past the rack, and he's going to be on you like white on rice. So this is Arbok. This is my the third Western hognose snake that I've ever got, and I think he's a 2013. So he's going to be 6 this year, and he's never bred before. So we're going to try to prove him out and see how it goes. But that'll be for next week. Maybe we'll do a little in-depth on how it went when I paired him with Ekans. Now this next snake, I was really excited about when I got her, and I got her and another snake at the exact same time. And this is an Anaconda Morph. She's an Anaconda, 100% albino. That's how I bought her, but here's the thing. She's a he, I'm pretty sure. If you look at the base of her tail, it's very long and narrow, and that's how you can tell. A long, narrow tail usually means it's a male snake. It's got room for the hemipenes, which you can roll out. I'm not an expert at it, so I'm not going to try to do it. So I just kind of sex them by tail, and of course I bought them the way that they're supposed to be sexed. And when I bought her, I bought a mate for her as well, which was a male, and he unfortunately passed away. One of the only hognose snake I've ever had that passed away. And I bought another snake from the same breeder who is an albino, and that snake just would not eat and would not eat. And I had someone who knew what they were doing take that snake and tried to get him to eat. Well, a female was supposed to be, who knows, and that snake eventually did perish. And the person I gave it to was much more experienced than me. That person was taking care of hognose snakes for a long time. So 2 of the 3 that I bought from this same guy perished, and the one that I do have left is a male when it was sold to me as a female. So pretty upsetting, but what it means is I can probably put this snake, once they get up to size, with Ekans. So if in fact this snake is 100% het for albino, like he was sold to me as, they will make albino babies, or at least on odds, half of them will come out that way, and on odds, half of them will come out conda. I know that she's an anaconda, or he, because look at him. He's an anaconda. So 100% anaconda and hopefully 100% albino as well, but we'll know more when we breed them. I don't think he's big enough yet. I'm going to put him on a scale and we'll see exactly how much he weighs actually. So let's do that right now. 57 grams. That's how big this man weighs, and I think 120, 150 grams is where you want a male to be to breed. Well, didn't want to be still for me. Actually, all the hognose, it's been a little bit warmer in this room lately. They're all like ready to eat, so hopefully that male conda right there is ready to go too, because he skipped a meal last week. So I'm hoping I can get him to eat, but I don't know, I've been showing you clips of him in between me talking here. So that is Nikki, the hognose snake, who is actually a man, but I guess you can be a Nicky too if you're like an Italian gangster type guy. So that's the Italian gangster, Nikki the hognose snake. Now this next snake here is the snake that I showed you in the very first video about hognose snakes that I did, which is why I'm doing this one, because apparently a lot of people liked it. I've got more views on that than any other video that I did. And this snake is the youngest one. She weighs about 21 grams, or he, it's a boy actually. So I've got 3 boys and 1 female. Doesn't make a lot of sense, so obviously I should pawn one of them off. We'll worry about that at another time. But this guy here, he was sold to me as an unsexed baby, so I can't gripe about that. And I was told that it is 100% het for toffee, 100% het for axanthic, which is a toxic I found out recently, and possible het albino. So all 3 of those would be a great set of genetics. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pawn this one off. I don't really need this animal, and I want to keep my collection to ones that I absolutely need, and then spread the love to other people around, because I've had a lot of asks, a lot of people interested in my collection that really want to have some of the snakes that I have, or animals in general. And what I'd like to do is get another big female and see if I can get some genetics going in a bigger female, which is a little bit of an investment, of course, but that's what you got to do when you want to breed snakes. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get rich anyway. All I'm trying to do is make enough money that it doesn't cost me anything to keep reptiles. Reptiles is a passion of mine, and it's something that I like to do without it costing me an arm and a leg. So that is my hognose collection. Bit of a shorter video this week when it comes to the actual content of the video, but let's go ahead and pull names out of a hat, and let's give that last little baby a proper name. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick a name for the little hognose here. I had a few submissions, not a whole bunch, but thank you for those of you who submitted a name, and let's pick a name. So the name of this baby hognose is going to be Kandahar. So I think this was an Instagram submission, Little193. Thanks for your input. Thanks for following the channel. Much appreciate your support. And again, if there's a video that you want me to do, if there's something that you want me to talk about, if you've seen something in my collection that you want more information on, put it in the comment section below. I really do take these comments seriously. I take the support seriously. Without the support, there's no point of doing these videos, really. So thank you very much for those of you who subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it. Every Monday we're going to do a new video, and once I hit 100 subscribers, we're going to do 2 videos every single week. So thanks again, Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles, and I'll see you next Monday.